Recap of geometry basics, wherein we'll talk about point, line segment, line and angle, related angles, complementary angles, supplementary angles, adjacent angles, linear pair and vertically opposite angles, line pairs, intersecting lines, parallel lines and transversal. Now, we are already aware of the basics of geometry. What is geometry? It is that branch of mathematics that deals with various shapes, their properties and measurements. So, in geometry, we talk about different types of shapes. Now, when you talk about different shapes, you see that the objects that you see around yourself, we see a variety of objects like the doors, windows, kite, pencil, paper, so many different things, and each of these things, they have a specific shape. Some of them are circular in shape, some of them are rectangular in shape, some of them are, they look like a triangle. So each of them has a different or a distinct shape. So we learn more about the shapes, how do we measure these shapes, what are the properties of each of these shapes. That is what we study in geometry. Now, even before we start talking about so many variety of shapes, we talk about the basics of geometry. Now, there are certain basic elements of geometry. So, line and angle, these are also one of those basic elements. So, here in this lesson, we are going to discuss more about lines and angles. Now, before that, let us start with the basic elements of geometry. So, the first basic element of geometry is point. Now, when you look at this clock, you see that the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on, they are represented by points. So, what are points? Points are nothing but dots. It is a geometrical figure which has no width, no length, no dimension at all. So, it is a dimensionless, just a single dot. That is called a point. So, the point is the most basic geometrical entity. You can say that. The next thing that we talk about is a line or a line segment. Now, when you look at your ruled notebook, so what do you see? You see these straight lines. Now, these lines are basically combination of points, like many points put together one after another. It forms a line. So, that's a line. Now, again, when we talk about something like a ray, like you switch on the torch and what happens? You see that light comes out from the source in a particular direction. So these are called rays. So this is ray. So basically when we talk about line, it is a straight lines. It is a straight combination of points which extends in both directions. When you talk about ray, it has a fixed end point at one end and the other end it continues indefinitely. Like here the source is fixed, right? So this end is fixed, but the other end it keeps on going indefinitely. So the other end is not fixed. So that's a line and a ray. Similarly, we talk about angles. Angles are basic geometrical figures, and what are these? They basically tell us the orientation of one surface with another, or orientation of one line with another. Think of this. There's a closed door. What happens when you open the door? You see what's happening here. As soon as you open the door, an angle is formed which shows the orientation of this surface with that of this surface, because this boundary or this border of the door is fixed, right? So when you try to open the door, it is only this part of the door which opens, and as a result this angle changes. This is angle basically. As you open the door all the more, this angle tends to increase. So angle is nothing but a geometrical element which shows the orientation of one surface with another, or orientation of one line with another. So point, line segment, rays, angles, these are the basic elements of geometry. We have already learnt about them in class 6th. So here we will not spend much time knowing about these again. Instead, what we are going to do is we will definitely have a quick recap of each of these, and after that we will move on to the different types of pairs of lines, the different types of pairs of angles. Thank you. Please visit examfear.com for free quality education. You can learn with a simple 4-step learning process wherein you can watch video lessons, you can ask your questions, you can refer notes, and you can take a free online test. We have content for class 6 to 12 on physics, chemistry, mathematics, and biology along with practical videos. So please subscribe to our channel for daily updates. Thank you. Hello friends, this video on lines and angles part 2 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. So as I said, line segment, line, ray, angle, these are the basics of geometry. And definitely not to forget the most basic element, that is a point. So let's start with a point. So point is the most fundamental object of geometry with no length, width or height. So it has no dimensionless. It has no dimension basically. You just cannot measure its length or breadth or height. So it is represented by a dot. You take a pencil and touch the tip of the pencil on a white sheet of paper. What do you get on that sheet of paper? You see a black dot. So that dot represents a point. So think of a tip of a pencil or the tip of the compass. So these represent dots. In fact, there are certain things in nature where you can visualize dots. For example, you are in an aeroplane. Now, when the flight lands, just before it lands, when you look at a city, let's say that you are traveling to New Delhi. Okay. Now, the moment, a couple of minutes before the flight is going to land on New Delhi, and when you try to look from the window of the flight, what do you see? You tend to see everything on the streets of that city seems like points. So the well-lit roads or the well-lit vehicles, everything, the huge vehicles also, they appear to be points. So when you look at it from a very far distance, all the things, whether it is a vehicle or it is a street light or it is a building, all of them appears as dots. So these are points. Similarly, when you look at a star-studded sky at night, do you get to see the exact shape of the stars? No, that's because they are very far away from us. So we do see them twinkling, but when you look at them, they appear to be like dots. They appear as points. That's because we are looking at them from a very far distance. So this is point. The next one is line. So line is a combination of points that extend indefinitely in both directions. So it will tend to continue infinitely in both directions. This is important about line. So it is nothing but a lot of points put together one after another such that it extends in both directions infinitely. So that's a line. So when you think of line, you can think of the railway lines, the railway track. So, it kind of extends infinitely. We do not know till where it extends. So that's an example of line. So a straight line is often represented like this with arrow on both the ends, which shows that they are extending in both directions. Now, it is not necessary that line always has to be a straight line. It can be a curved line as well. Because in the definition, nowhere we say that the point should form a straight line. So it is just a combination of points such that it extends in both directions. So even in case of a curved line, it can extend in both directions and it is still a combination of points. Therefore, it is also a line. Now, but many a times people feel that if we talk about line, we are basically talking about a straight line, but that's really not necessary. It can be a straight line. It can also be a curved line. A line is normally represented, let's say that this straight line is named as AB. So how do we represent the straight line? We write it as AB, and over AB we give this symbol which shows that this is a line. Next is line segment. So line segment, as the name suggests, it is a segment of the line. It is a part of a line with fixed end points, because in case of line, it doesn't have any end point, because on both the ends it is extending infinitely. So there is no end point. But when you talk about a line segment, it is a part of that same line, but it has fixed end points. So let's say that this is a straight line, as we see, right? It is extending in both directions. Now, if we consider two fixed points, A and B. So this AB is a portion of this straight line But this AB has two fixed endpoints, A and B. So AB is a line segment. So that's line segment. Now let's think of this game which I'm sure you would have played with your friends. Now what happens in this game? You have two teams, and both the teams, they try to pull the rope in their own direction, right? Now when you look at this long rope, it's like very long, right? But when you look at a portion of this rope, maybe only from this part to this part, what is this? This portion is nothing but a line segment, because it is part of that big rope, right? So that ways it is a line segment. So line segment is basically part of a line which has fixed endpoints. Let us look at some examples of line segments from our day-to-day life. When you look at the ruler or the scale, it's a line segment because it has a fixed length, so you know its endpoints. You think of the rope you tie between two pillars in order to dry your clothes. So here also, it is a fixed length, you know the end points. So these are the two end points, therefore this is also a line segment. You think of your textbook or your notebook where you have these lines. So those lines also have end points, so that's line segment. One simple exercise that you can do anytime is you take a sheet of paper, just fold it, and then try to straighten it again. What do you see? You see that a line is formed here, like this, like how you see here. So this shows a folded paper. So when you fold a piece of paper, a line is formed along those folds. So that's also a line segment because it has fixed end points. So these all, again, the ladder that you see on the screen here, also each part, each segment is a line segment because they have their fixed end points. So these are all examples of line segments from our day-to-day life. So I guess that now when you look at things around you, you'll be able to find out where do you see line segments. Next is a ray. It is a part of a line with fixed starting point and extending endlessly. So let's now talk about ray. So ray is also a part of a line, just like line segment, but in this case it has only one fixed starting point and it extends endlessly on the other side. That means only one fixed point. So when you represent a ray, it is something like this. This end is fixed, but this end extends infinitely. So it is like an intermediate between line and line segment. So line extends in both directions, line segment both fixed points, ray one fixed point and one side extending infinitely. So the example of ray would be the sun rays, the light coming from the sun. So since the source is fixed, therefore one end is fixed, but the other end, it reaches infinitely to any place. Similarly, the light coming out of the torch, that also is an example of a ray because you have one end fixed, which is the torch, and the other end is reaching out infinitely. Now the next geometrical element we will talk about is angle. Now what do you see on the screen? You see a box which is initially closed and then which is gradually getting opened and then it is totally opened. So how does this relate to angle? Of course it does, because angle is nothing but measure of orientation between two rays with a common endpoint. Now here, do you see any sort of orientation in these diagrams? So when you look at it, initially you see that the lead is closed. So the lead and the box, they were like oriented along each other. So that's when it was closed. In the next scenario, you see when you gradually start opening it, there is some sort of orientation between these two rays. This is one ray, this is another ray, and this orientation is nothing but angle. And if you look at it, this ray and this ray, both of these has a common endpoint. Similarly, as the box is totally opened, the angle increased all the more. So basically what angle is? Angle is a measurement in degrees, which just tells us how much is the orientation between two rays. So let us look at it diagrammatically. Now in the first scenario, what happens is both the rays are lying along each other. So the angle is 0 degree. In the second case, there is some sort of orientation between the two surfaces. So here the angle is, let us assume that the angle is say 60 degrees. In the third case, you see it has opened all the more, so the angle has increased. So let's say that the value now is 120 degrees. So what is happening? As the box is gradually opening, the angle is also increasing. So this angle, this is what angle is. Angle is about orientation between two rays, right? And this is how we represent angle in the diagram. So it is represented by two rays such that they have a common endpoint. Only if they have a common endpoint they can form an angle. Otherwise, let's say you have one ray like this and another ray like this. So there is no common endpoint. So obviously there can be no orientation between the two. So when you talk about the parts of an angle, so an angle consists of the sides or arms of the angle. So these are the arms, this is one arm and this is another arm. So these are the arms or sides of the angle, and this common point is called the vertex. So once we have had a quick recap on the basics, let us now talk about related angles. Now, related angles, what do you see on the screen? You see the picture of this puzzle, which says that the two puzzles are such that they exactly fit into each other. So similarly, we will talk about angles which are in some or the other way related to each other. That we are going to discuss are the complementary angles. Now, what are complementary angles? These are those angles whose sum is 90 degree. So two angles are said to be complementary if their sum is 90 degrees. That means complementary angle is not just one angle. It is about a pair of angles. So when you have two angles such that you add them up to form 90 degree, that is complementary angles. Let us say you have two angles. So let's say that this angle is, let us assume it to be say 40 degrees, and let's say this angle is 50 degrees. So what would be the sum of these two angles? The sum would be 40 degree plus 50 degree. 40 plus 50 is 90. So the sum is 90 degrees. Therefore, these two angles are complementary angles. So any two angles, if their sum is 90 degree, they are complementary. So it is something like this. Two angles together, so if you have two angles, angle 1 and angle 2, if together they make 90 degree, that means they are complementary angles. So the only criteria to become complementary is that the sum of the two angles should be equal to 90 degree. And what do we say? We call angle 1 is said to be complement of angle 2. So basically we say it like this: angle 1 is complement of angle 2, or angle 2 is complement of angle 1. Now again, it is also not necessary that these two angles need to be completely separate angles. Let us look at this scenario. Let's say this is one angle. Let's say this is angle 1. And let's say that this is angle 2. Let's say that angle 1, the value of angle 1 is 60 degree and the value of angle 2 is 30 degree. So in this case, angle 1 and angle 2, they are also complement of each other. So these are also examples of complementary angles. It doesn't matter where the angles are located. If their sum is equal to 90 degrees, then they are complementary angles. Now, in a similar way, we also talk about supplementary angles. Now, can you guess what could be supplementary angles? The concept remains the same. It is just that the sum of these angles is 180 degrees and not 90 degrees. So 180 degrees means how much? So how do you represent 180 degree? 180 degree is represented by a straight line. This is 180 degree, right? So you think of any two angles. Let's say that you have one angle like this, which is maybe 120 degree, and you have another angle maybe 60 degrees. So when you find their sum, it is 120 plus 60, which is equal to 180 degree. Now since the sum is 180 degree, therefore these two angles are supplement of each other, or we can say that these are supplementary angles. So exactly the same concept if you have angle 1 and angle 2. If angle 1 plus angle 2 is equal to 180 degrees, that means these two angles are supplementary angles. So let us, in this case, we will call angle 1 is supplement of angle 2. So let us look at this example. So here you say, let's say you have this angle which is maybe 50 degrees, and here you have this angle which is 130 degrees. So when you sum them up, it is 180 degrees, which is a straight line, right? So these are supplementary angles. Now look at this one. So here, what do you think? How many angles do you see? This is one angle and this is another angle. How much is this? This is a right angle, right? So this is 90 degree. This is also 90 degree. So the sum of these two is also supplementary. So the sum of two right angles is always a supplement. They are always supplementary.